What is up, people? Today I'm going to be talking about Blade Runner 2049 on 4K and Blu-ray. Coming up for you guys next. So Blade Runner 2049 just came out on Blu-ray and 4K, and I will just get right into the Blu-ray because that's where I always start off. This Blu-ray looks incredible. When you're talking about Blu-rays that have just the biggest amount of detail and the most clarity, you are going to be talking about Blade Runner 2049 just because of the fact that this movie looks astounding on Blu-ray and is definitely going to be one of my reference discs for the year. And along with that clarity comes a whole lot of detail. You know, this is a very detailed world that has a lot of very small elements and cogs to it, and you can definitely see all of it crystal clear with a lot of detailing. Now, there are some smoky elements. This was filmed by Roger Deakins, who really does like to use a lot of smoky and murky environments. And with that, like any Blu-ray, you are going to notice a difference in detail when it comes to that, just because of the fact that, hey, that is just the way that a lot of Blu-rays are. And Roger Deakins also filmed Skyfall, and I noticed that same kind of murky atmosphere with the lack of detail in Skyfall as well. But hey guys, that doesn't mean that this Blu-ray isn't a reference quality Blu-ray, because it definitely is, and it definitely is a 10 out of 10. But hey, you didn't come here to hear me talk about the Blu-ray. You came here so I could talk about the 4K disc, and it looks amazing in 4K, despite the fact that there is no Dolby Vision on this disc. I know everybody was hoping for it, but it's not here. But what is here is an amazing, amazing transfer. Now, this was actually filmed at a 2K digital intermediate, so this is an up conversion, but you would never know it because everything here is incredible. All of the detail that you see here blows this Blu-ray out of the water. You know, I love Ryan Gosling's coat in this movie. He gets a lot of cool coats in a lot of movies, but this one is definitely my favorite. I love the fur coat, and you can see every fur on this coat. I love it. I want it. Give me it. And as far as HDR goes, with the upgraded color palette, it looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. And a lot of those smoky kind of, you know, murky textures go away here, and a lot of the black levels are fixed on this disc. It has some really deep, really inky black levels that I love by Roger Deakins, that he always does, that I really, it reminds me of like an old school film quality black level, and that is what he brings here. It looks incredible on 4K, and this whole movie looks incredible. I could talk about it for ages. I feel like it should win the Academy Award, and for that, I do have to give it a 10 out of 10. However you want to view this movie, make sure you view it, because it's just all good all around. So next, we're going to be getting into the audio of Blade Runner 2049, and you won't want to miss it because I got it coming up you next. So getting into the audio of Blade Runner 2049, whatever version that you want to view for this release, it all comes with Dolby Atmos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it when they do this, and yeah, that is just a really cool thing that Warner Brothers has been doing lately. And it sounds incredible. In the matter of fact, it is a reference quality Dolby Atmos track here, and it blows you away. It blew me away the first time I heard this. I literally had to turn down this mix because of how strong and just impactful it was. It shook my house. I love the score of this movie, just like I love the score of Blade Runner. And it hits you hard here, and I definitely really like it. Height tracks, you know what? They definitely have a whole lot of action. They complement the score well, and when there is a hovercraft flying over your head, or even like one of those geisha things that fly over your head, it is very well recreated here. Gotta love it. This has a whole lot of fidelity. It has a whole lot of nuance to it, and you know what? For that, I do have to give this a 10 out of 10. This is something that I will definitely be coming back to. So next, I'm going to be getting into the special features of Blade Runner 2049. I got a lot to talk about, and I got it coming up for you next. So the special features of Blade Runner. There were actually 3 prologues to Blade Runner 2049 that were released on the internet, and all 3 were here. They're both about 20 minutes long, and they are just a really good introduction to the new world that Blade Runner has entered into. There is also a 20-minute featurette that goes into just designing this world and how much that they wanted to stick to the original Blade Runner and how many nuances that they wanted to bring to this world. There's also a featurette that goes into the design aspects of this world, and there is also just a overall interview with the main cast and their roles in the film. There is a whole slew of special features here. I believe it runs to about like a little over 2 hours long. Unfortunately, this is another 4K release where all the special features are on the Blu-ray disc of that release, so I really don't like that, and for that, I definitely do have to take this down a peg and give it a 7 out of 10. This isn't that bad, but it could have been better if you would have just put these on the 4K disc. Please. So next, I'm going to be getting into my last looks of Blade Runner 2049 and my overall scores. I got that coming up for you guys next. People, Blade Runner 2049 was a movie that actually gets better with me the more times I watched it. I watched it twice for this Blu-ray review, and each time I appreciated it more and more, and the things that I had issues with decreased more and more. And the matter of fact, I would actually give it a higher rating now than I would have originally, but I'm not going to take that back. So just to say, Blade Runner 2049 is one of my favorite films of last year. It is a movie that I feel like is very smart and really just subverts expectations, and it definitely subverted mine. Just like Ridley Scott imagined this world back in the 1980s, Denis Villeneuve reimagined this world today, and it works just the same. And if you didn't watch my review back in October, I gave it an 8 out of 10, which means when you add up all my scores, the Blu-ray and the 4K get the same score of a 35. That is a very high rating that could have gone higher if the special features were just a little bit better. But this is still reference quality, especially for the 4K Blu-ray. It is something really great. So next, people, I do have to get back into my Nolan collection like I promised you I would. I'm going to be talking about Batman Begins, and I got that coming up for you guys because I got it right here, right on my shelf. Hey, if you guys are excited about my Christopher Nolan collection, and if you want to suggest things that you want me to review, comment below and just let me know about it. And subscribe so you know when these videos come out, because you know you want to check them out, people. I'm going to be getting them to you really damn fast. And thank you guys for watching this review. I thank all of you for coming, and I will see all of you next time.